I don't know. Okay. Hi. Okay, guys, we are doing something different today because we've had so many issues on this page with going live. It's like so wonky. It's like zoomed in on our freaking foreheads and like stuff. So we're just decided to make a video today instead. So Darcy and I have just been unpacking our own lives. And one of
Yep.
the things that came up was like, I am so different. Even my husband this morning was like, messaged me because he's struggling with life stuff and he was like, how are you so detached? Like what is it that's changed in you? And Darcy and I were just talking about how much we have changed, and it's like, first of all, first thing is that if you feel like life feels hard for you at any angle right now, I think Darcy and I both want to just show you that like it's possible to change. I feel like what I did was I through awareness and the work that I've done, I have literally re-regulated my nervous system, and I no longer have such attachment and like graspy onto things. And I feel like there's a lot of trust and flow and yeah, I guess detachment is yeah, it's I'm not attached to anyone acting a certain way or anything playing out the way I have it in my head, because that's what I used to make up a story like this is how it's going to play out, and then when it didn't, immediately resistance. What did I do wrong? What are they doing wrong? Like there was always something going wrong. And now I actually look at life from the lens of like nothing's going wrong. Everything is exactly how it's supposed to be, or it would be different. Like that's
Yes. And you were just talking about, Emily just said, the minute you say it shouldn't be this way, that's where you feel your resistance, you guys. You're fighting reality. So I think I have really released the storyline that it needs to go any other way than exactly the way it's playing out. Like Emily said, I think I really have a lot of trust of like, so interesting, this all just happened, and this is everybody's curriculum, and these are life lessons we're supposed to learn. And like, I talked a lot about parenting this morning too, of like really releasing that my kids should or shouldn't be doing something, or like I'm having a lot of resistance right now, actually, with my daughter's college journey of how I think she should be doing things. As a Manny Gen, I think I know everything, right? And allowing her as her own Manny Gen self that she's then it's flowing exactly the way it should be. And I'm noticing when I stop and reflect, like, oh, I'm feeling frustrated and feeling resistant because I think it should be going this way. And instead, I have to trust this is her journey with college. I had my turn. This is her time to do it the way she wants to do it. It's going to play out exactly as it should. She's going to land at the exact college she's supposed to. I'm not in control of this narrative. This is playing out exactly as it should. So the minute I can release that, control and needing it to be my way, I'm having a whole different experience with her and the college. Like the whole thing has turned peaceful because I'm no longer shoulding, if that makes sense.
yeah, it's like permission. Like you're giving her permission to show up exactly how she feels is right. And then you're giving yourself permission to release, because it, especially like with the college, anything that where it's like, I do a lot of projecting outcomes, like this is going to take us down this path. And it's
Yes.
like, or not. I actually don't know. Just the thought alone, I don't know what's going to happen. Like that immediately shifts me into like, but it's the I don't know, but I trust it's all unfolding, right? Like there's a
Exactly
level.
as it should. Exactly. I am trusting it's unfolding. I'm going to trust that this journey, this situation is going to unfold. Because honestly, when you can trust that the universe, God, whatever you call it, you guys, the highest, version of yourself, when you can trust that it has you and it is all playing out for your best scenario, that you actually might not know the best scenario. Something else better might be out there when you can trust that, like, oh, I'm going to let this flow exactly as it should because I don't know best. It is the trust, it is the releasing the control and the trust, Emily. That's where it's at.
Yeah. And then what happens is neuroplasticity says as you do that more and more, you're exercising that part of your brain that's able to release and trust, release and trust. And every time, you guys, every time you make that a decision to take a deep breath, and go into your heart and release a little bit and getting curious about like I wonder what's playing out here. That's like another question I ask myself, especially in moments of like my husband and my son were like really there was a lot of resistance between the two of them and I played into he shouldn't be acting that way. He shouldn't be like both of those, right? I'm watching them but like headbutt with each other and as soon as I was like, huh, I wonder what they're both learning in this. Like, I
Yeah.
wonder what's playing out here. That immediately shifted me into releasing the resistance and into,
So I think you guys, I think my tip for you is because Emily and I still you're hearing that we both slip back in to that like wanting to control or it shouldn't be this way. And then we are able to, I think, more quickly recognize it and pull ourselves back out into trust. I think the first step for me was noticing what thoughts were coming up. What is the fear story here? What is the thought that's coming up? I think that was my first step in all of this was getting
awareness.
aware. Yeah,
So
getting aware. What
awareness is where it
is
starts.
coming
Yeah.
up? Yeah, because then you
Celebrating
really
the
start,
awareness.
yeah, then you start to notice when you're shooting or you're controlling or like you'll notice what thoughts are coming up and then you can help yourself not be mad, but be like interesting. That's the thought that's there. Could it be a different thought? Would that change my feeling? Could I think something different to trust the situation more? So I would say step one, you guys, just really start getting super curious and aware of what thoughts are coming up when you feel.
When you go from awareness, when you bring awareness into any situation, you stop living from it and you start living witnessing it. And yeah, what Darcy's talking about is that shift from awareness as the witness. That's where that is, yeah, that is the initial. If honestly, if you could learn anything right now to bring more peace, it's that is always available to you no matter what. And a lot of times it's like in the moment it's so hard, but it's like so practicing getting into that awareness space when the stakes are low, right? Like even like I don't know, for me it's always just taking that deep breath and like and looking around the room. Have you ever seen like when people are anxious, you're supposed to like look, have you ever heard this, the 5 4 3 2 1 thing? Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's like when you're feeling anxious, you look around the room and you like list 5 things that you see, 4 things that you hear, 3 things that you feel, 2 things that you smell, 1 thing that you taste, right? You're supposed to go through all your senses to bring yourself out of an anxious spot. What if you just did it like while you were cooking dinner or like, well, you know what I mean? Just to start bringing that level of awareness to all
Yeah.
situations.
Because and honestly, friends, when I first learned about all of this, I was like, what? My thoughts are not truths? Like I literally thought whatever I was thinking was what I was I just I guess I didn't realize that I could go to that place of like, oh, I can change the thoughts. Oh, I can change the narrative. I can think something different and I can feel something different. Like this is amazing because like Emily said, I wanted people around me to act differently so I could feel different until I learned. And it was so empowering, you guys. Like, oh my gosh, I'm in control of my life. Everybody can act however they want. Situations can happen. My kids can behave this way. My husband can behave this way. My friends, my team. And I can change my thoughts and have a different feeling. So that's the empowering part we want you to realize is they're not truths. You can be aware of them. You can change them. And it's so empowering and it's life changing.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I feel like it's like, yeah, the awareness. Yeah. Okay. So awareness itself, bringing yourself from here to witnessing it in that witnessing space is where you're able to now think, what thought was I thinking? What thought is bringing me this resistance? And
Mm-hmm.
usually for me, it's he shouldn't be doing that. She shouldn't be doing. Yeah. It's like resistance to reality. Anytime I'm resisting reality, it's
Yeah.
bringing all these feelings and it's like, yeah, shifting that narrative. What's another thought I could have about this that would bring me more peace? Well, they're acting like this because they're struggling. They're, whatever, like whatever it is. I'm trying to think of like a good example of that, but I feel
But just that their value, like I think for the longest time, I thought everyone thought and was like believed the same. I don't know, you guys. I mean, I was really like in my bubble. I did a
well,
lot of work.
we talked about this with one time we went live and talked about this with the manual. I think that's what it is.
Yes,
It goes back to the
yes.
manual.
Right. Allowing people to like, oh, interesting that this is how they show up in the world. They don't have to show up the way I show up, so I feel differently. It's allowing, it is allowing and trusting that people are on their own journey and it's not your job to fix them, change them, make them believe that, like, oh, interesting. This is interesting. So, yeah, it's all so fascinating.
Well, and I think the point of today, what we really want to get across to you, I believe, is that we're sitting here living on the other side of it, still living through it, but that process of the awareness and then, the witnessing and the awareness of the thoughts and then shifting the thoughts and tuning into peace, right? The more you do it, the more it becomes the norm. And now I live my life in a state of peace internally
Mhm.
almost all of the time. And when I get out of it, I quickly am able to get back to it. And
Mhm.
I want to be a vision for you guys of what's possible for you too. Because if I can do this, if Darcy can do this, the tools we teach you on this page, you also can do this. And
Yeah.
I'm witnessing it. I'm running a small group right now for my connections group, and I'm witnessing it in real time as these women are like, "Oh my gosh, this is shifting. These things are shifting." And it's like, yeah, because we're like going to the gym, the like mental gym, and working these things out every day, and you're building and building and building your capacity to the capacity for more peace in your life. So anyway, that's the message I want to send is like, you guys
Yeah.
can live in peace.
And it doesn't, it's not finding, like, I think for the longest time for me, it was like, once I have this, I'll be peaceful, right? Like, once my marriage is perfect, once my business is big enough, once my something, like, then I finally can live in peace. And it's like, nope, none of that exterior stuff matters. It's an inside job. You just have to keep working on your thoughts and what you're making things feel, releasing control, trusting that it's all working out and unfolding exactly as it should. Gratitude, appreciate the lessons, appreciate the people that come into your life and teach you hard things. It's like this beautiful flow. So, yeah, yep, same message, Em. So good.
We're here just to keep reminding you guys and keep tuning into this page. We really are showing up each week to really give you some tools and tricks and tips. And but yeah, today really was about understanding the rewiring and understanding that process of living from to become witness of, and then that awareness of like what thought is coming up. So anyway, if this is something you guys want to hear more of, like we're happy to go deeper into that process, or even like once you get to that point and you're like, that thought work. If you guys want, just type thought work under this video and we can dive deeper into that because I think thought work is really, really important. Um,
Same. Yep, same.
we can go on and on, but we're
Yep.
gonna let you guys just kind of marinate in that this week and get excited. And also, the most powerful thing you can do right now to create more peace is to already become aware of when you're doing it. And um, don't underestimate that moment of celebration of like, I'm doing it. Oh, I just pulled myself out a little bit. Like, celebrate those moments, and that's what will give you more of those moments. So, all right, love you guys. Have a great week. We'll see you next Monday.